Okay, Jasper, come on, Maud. Come on, Birthday.
A new sculpture commemorating Queen Elizabeth II was unveiled at Kingsbrae Garden in St. Andrews in June on what would have been the Queen's 97th official birthday celebration. Kingsbrae Garden founder, Mrs. Lucinda Flemer, commissioned artist Dominica Di Guillermo to make the Platinum Jubilee-inspired sculpture. And as a tribute to Queen Elizabeth's love of dogs, Mrs. Flemer's dog Jasper and CHCO-TV's Maud were bestowed the honor of unveiling the sculpture. The sculpture notably also features one of the Queen's beloved royal corgis.
What inspired it when the Queen died, as an avid royalist, I thought we simply had to have something in memory of the Queen. And I didn't want a tree and a boring plaque. And then came up with the idea that she loved dogs. Let's make it different. Let's make it fun. And so your dog and Jasper were the stars. And they did one try. They did it right. It was wonderful.
The place the sculpture occupies in the award-winning garden is also significant.
And she died, as you know, in Scotland. So we chose this area because it's heath and heather, which shows it sort of imitates Scotland.
Up close, visitors will notice that the bear holding the Queen's hand in the sculpture is not a famous British bear, but is in fact a nod to Canada and to the Queen's ties to the Commonwealth.
And so this is what we have. We have our Canadian bear in fisherman's clothes with a hockey stick, which is really, the Queen would love it. She'd be absolutely delighted. It's totally irregular.
Queen Elizabeth may have left the world nearly a year ago, but just as the sculpture looks forward and takes a stride into the future, begging the viewer to follow in her path, Mrs. Flemer is hoping that the sculpture will be a reminder of the guiding principles Queen Elizabeth leaves in her wake.
She represents perpetuity, respect, tradition, all the good things that we're very apt to forget. And I think all generations must remember her. She set an outstanding and very special example, and I don't want people to forget it. And so in my own little way in Kingsbrae, we hope that everybody who comes will remember her.
Vicki Hogarth, CHCO NewsBreak26, St. Andrews.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.